Hello, everyone. Welcome to back to Young Rich and Rooted. I am Coach B, ADHD Money Coach B. I talk about mental health as it relates to your money, and we are setting 2025 goals. I am doing something that I have done every year for I don't even know how many years I've done this. At this point, I've been doing it for a while, but I'm going to let you guys watch me create my vision board. I'm going to let you guys watch me create my vision board. My vision bank for this year. Now, my vision board I've already created. I did it on Canva, and I will teach you guys how to create a digital vision board like this that you can put in multiple places. I'm actually going to be teaching some Canva 101 classes for free on my live. So if you're not already following me, make sure that you do. But I'm going to be teaching some Canva 101 lives over the next week so that you guys feel comfortable on Canva, comfortable using the tool, so that when you attend the live vision board party, you know how to use the technology that we're going to use to make your own vision board. Now, I put my vision board everywhere. I don't just have it on a poster board. I don't just have it pinned to the wall. It's everywhere. It is on my screensaver on my phone. My wallpaper on my phone. It is on my wallpaper on my iPad. It is pinned in my closet when I get dressed. So I remember what I'm working towards when I'm getting dressed. It is on my vision bank, which is what I'm going to show you guys and make with y'all today. It's everywhere. And I like the digital option because it allows me to print multiple copies because I want to see my vision everywhere. Now you're going to see I have more than one vision board. Hey, thank you so much for the hearts. You're going to see I have more than one type of vision board and this year, and that's on purpose. So I'll be making 12 different vision boards this year. Well, I guess technically 13 because I'll have my annual board, but then I'll also have my monthly board. But I'm going to teach you guys how I make my vision bank. It is something that I trademarked. It is a way for you to remember what it is you're changing your financial habits for, to remember what you're saving for, and to create a place for you to save it. Now, I've watched people make many vision boards. I've been to a lot of vision board parties over the year. And every time I see a vision board, it's some big, bulky tool that feels great to make in the first, in the beginning, you get all your magazines out, but it's a giant board that takes up way too much space in your house. And what happens is by February, March, it's in the back of your closet, never to be seen again. So I felt like if you don't look at your vision every day, it's kind of hard to bring it to pass. You need to be able to see it. So we need to create a tool that's not obtrusive, something that you can put someplace easily. So I started creating my vision bank. And this vision bank, when I worked in corporate America, used to sit on my desk at work. I also had one at home. So it was super easy because it sat right on my dresser at home and right on my desk at work. So it was something that I felt comfortable placing anywhere. It's beautiful to look at. And I literally have a place to save my money. So when I'm doing things like the penny challenge or I'm trying to build my month ahead fund, I have actually a tool for me to save all year towards this vision. Okay. Even if what you're saving for is not what's on this board, it's a visual reminder of why you're changing your financial habits, which is why I like it. So I'm going to walk you through how I create my board. If you are interested in doing the vision board, the live vision board event, where you're just going to create your board, just this, so that you at least get started, DM me so that way you can get the link to be invited to that event. And definitely come to my free Canva training. So you need to know how to use Canva before you can do this board, okay? So if you're not comfortable with Canva, make sure that when I'm on live, that you're on live. So follow me, hit the notification bell so you know where I'm here. You're going to probably need to make sure that you're following me on YouTube if you're not already following me, because when I do the live training, it's going to be in Zoom, and I'm only going to be able to stream that to YouTube because you're going to need to be able to see Canva in the background, and I can't do that on TikTok. So I am going to get into it. So here's what we're doing today. I wish I had my last year board, but I already broke into it to show y'all. So you're going to have to wait to the finish line to see what we're doing. So what we do is every year I make my vision board. My vision board is strategic. There are no just random photos on here. The problem I often find with magazines is it's not always personal enough. Sometimes you have to be incredibly specific. So one year I put on my board that I wanted to complete my AFCPE certification. That's my accredited financial counselor designation. That's not going to be an Essence magazine. It's too specific. So I needed to print off a picture of the AFCPE logo to put on my vision board. Well, after doing so many of those printings out, I just decided I wanted to do it digital, because then I could just literally copy and paste the image on here. So a couple of things that I would suggest for your vision board, first of all, is that you have a photo of you somewhere. You need to be a part of your own vision. If you don't have a picture of your vision, a picture of yourself on your vision board, you're doing it wrong. Now, I know that when we go to vision board parties, you don't often have pictures of yourself. And so you're stuck putting images of women who reflect you. So maybe some images of Black women that you feel connected to. But I also think that you should have a picture of yourself. It's perfectly fine to have other women on here too, but you need to have a picture of yourself on your board. I'll share more during my vision board party, my virtual vision board party, what else I do to prepare to figure out exactly what needs to go on this board. I'm not going to do that right now because we're going to do that when we do the party. I'm just going to show you guys how I make this vision bank so you can see for yourself. So I may have to move some of these things off the desk, but this is the kit. Now, if you want to upgrade and do a vision bank of your own, you can do that, and it can be shipped to you. So that you can assemble your own bank, you can, and I will mail it to you. But you're going to need this kit, which is going to include your vision board, your vision bank box, and I'll show you how it's assembled. You'll also need the frame, okay? And you're also going to need some tape that goes inside of it, so you don't have to worry about that part. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, and also this, I recommend this instead of like glue stick. To me, it works better. Like once I use this stuff, be careful. Now, when you spray this stuff is for real. It works. Okay. It works. It works. It works. It works. So once you spray this thing down, you better know where you're placing the paper, because you ain't going to be able to pull it back up. Okay. I like this better than glue stick because glue stick sometimes peels off, especially depending on how hot or cold your house is. Now, something that's important, this box, this kit, you see this right here? This is the coin slit. This is where you're going to stick your money through here. So it's important that when you're putting down your board, that you have this facing. This is the slit is above the top of yours. Sometimes when I do vision board parties, vision bank parties, people have glued their thing upside down. And so when they set their bank up, their vision is literally upside down. So we want to make sure that we have it facing the right direction. So when you're placing your vision board down on the vision bank box, you want to make sure that it's facing the slit. Okay. So all I'm going to do, it's going to be fast. It's not going to take us long at all. Is I'm going to spray this down. Oh, am I running out of this? Aw, I got some more though, if I am. It feels like I'm running out. Dang. I used this at another vision bank party, and it feels like it was something in here though. That's why I got some more though. Anyway, let's see if it sticks regardless. No, there was nothing in there. Okay, y'all hold on real quick because I'm gonna get y'all some more. I'm gonna get y'all some more tape, some more glue. Hold on. I'm back that fast. Okay, this is the bigger one. And it's full. So I got some in here now. Okay. Okay, you see? It don't take a lot, so don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. You're just gonna take it and you're gonna lay it down. Okay. And that thing ain't going nowhere. I can't move this thing if I want to, okay? Yeah, it's on there, okay? Now, to assemble the bank, I am going to take the bottom side first. So the short side here, I'm going to fold these up like this. And then I'm going to fold these two sides in. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap this around like so, like that, as Tabitha Brown would say. I'm going to wrap this around and I'm going to just put a little pressure right here. Put a little pressure right here so that it actually comes through. So these little holes, these little pieces will come off. So you want to make sure that this comes all the way through. Okay. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Making sure all y'all can see me because I'm streaming on multiple places. Okay. So you're going to take this side right here. You're going to tuck this in. And then you're going to take this piece and you're going to fold it over. All right. Same thing. We're going to put a little pressure right here. Young, Rich, and Rooted. That's my company name, by the way. For those of you guys who are on Facebook, you already know that because you see it all the time. But you TikTokers, you see B, the budgeting baddie, all the time. But this is, if you go to youngrichRooted.com, that is where I am. All right. Now, can you start to see the bank forming, sort of? Okay. Now, next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you push this out. Now, you want to push this on the outside. Otherwise, it's going to be in the inside of your bank. It's going to be in here with your coins. So you're going to push this that direction and take it off. So now we got our coin slot. That's where our dollars and our change are going to go. Okay. Next, you need your frame. And like I said, if you are ordering the kits, I cannot give you guys custom colors or anything. I have to have specific frames to go with this box. These boxes have been custom cut and measured to fit these frames. So you can't just use any old frame, unfortunately. When I do in-person vision bank events, I usually have like 2 different color options, but for those who will be ordering these and want them mailed to you, I'll only have 1 color option, and I'll make sure that you know what color it is. I usually choose like neutrals, like white or black, or brown, depending on what's available. But this is the frame, okay? So it's the frame that you're going to be using. Now, what's important to remember about these frames is they have grooves in them, and this is where the box is going to fit. This is why it's important, why you can't just use any old kind of frame, because it needs to be able to fit here, okay? But when I first started doing these vision bank parties, I used to use hot glue, but y'all make me nervous with hot glue. I don't want none of y'all burning yourselves. So now what I do for you guys is I pre-tape the insides of your frame for you to make it easy. Mine is not pre-taped because I'm literally doing the entire thing from scratch right now. I'm going to move this box out of the way just real quick, just so I can put this on a safe space. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that I have this adhesive in the groove because that's where the box is going to go. Now, I still recommend double securing your bank with hot glue, just in my opinion, because after like you start getting through the middle of the year and you start putting all these coins in here, the bank starts to get heavy. Okay, that's a lot of weight to press up against the frame. So I still think it's a good idea to add a little extra reinforcement, but you don't have to. Honestly, I didn't last year and it was fine, but I don't know. I like the glue, but like I said, hot glue is dangerous. Okay. I can't wait for y'all to see the final bank for those of you guys who've never seen the vision bank before. Hold on. So for those of you guys who plan on coming to my Canva for beginners class, this is the fact that you're going to show up tells me a lot about your desires or have to make more money. The first pillar in the 4 keys of financial success is the earn pillar, and it's about your ability to maximize your earning potential by leveraging skills that you already have or cultivating new skills so that you can earn more. And oh gosh, graphic design is not something I went kind of like a skill that I acquired on purpose. I happen to just already like designing stuff, and I was creating them for myself, and I never really thought to like sell stuff. I was just making stuff because I wanted stuff pretty for me. So my very first planner wasn't to be sold. It was for me to use. And one of my financial coach buddies, because I am friends with other financial coaches, was like, that's your superpower. Like, you have the prettiest spreadsheets. You know, all these other financial coaches, they got spreadsheets, but yours are just gorgeous. Your work, you know, your planners, they're pretty. Like, why aren't you selling them? I was using them with my clients, like as a tool for them to use, but I wasn't offering them for other people to just purchase and use because I really did not see my talent as like special, which says a lot about me, about my ability to know my worth at the time. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I am a really good product developer. Like, I'm a great graphic designer. I'm a great product developer. I completely stand in there. I can see it. I've created several budgeting workbooks, several money workbook challenges, journals, yearly planners. My daughter has published 2 books. So we have definitely fine-tuned leveraging our graphic design and our writing skills to be able to create, to take the knowledge that we have in our minds and put it on paper so that we can offer it and help others, but also make passive income in the process. My daughter has written 2 books. These are her 2 books. She published the first one when she was 11, which was this one. And then the second one, I don't know how old she was when she published this one, but we co-authored this one together. But she wrote this one first. She's actually the first published author in the family. So she beat me to publishing. And she makes money in her sleep. Sometimes she gets book sales at the holidays, and so she's got an income stream that's coming. So if she doesn't have, she just started her first traditional job this year. She's 16 now. But even if she doesn't choose to do that, she's got a stream of income. And so what I want for you guys is start developing skill set so that you have more ways of making money, especially when we don't know what the economy is going to do. We don't know what this government is going to do. And so for those of you guys who plan on taking the Canva beginners class with me, I want you to start thinking about how you're going to use those. Like, obviously you're going to be doing it so that you can learn how to make this vision board that goes inside of the vision bank. But I want you to think beyond that. What else can it be helpful for you for? I have a friend of mine who makes flyers, like marketing flyers for other business owners. And she charges like $20 per flyer. Very simple flyer. I could probably put it together in my sleep. She does it $20 per flyer, and people pay. They're happy to pay. That's the source of income that she has created for herself. So I want you to start thinking of, if you have some untapped talent, how can you use it? How can you leverage it creatively to make money? And I want you to think of multiple ways. Like Canva, I just gave you 2 ideas, right? Making a book, making flyers for people, right? I want you to create a list of all the ways you might be able to use Canva as a tool for you to make more money, so that when you sit and you learn how to use Canva, you're also thinking beyond just your own utility, okay? Your own use of it. How can I use this to become an income creating asset where I now have more leverage? Even in a 9-to-5 job, having graphic skills can be helpful because employers are looking for people sometimes who can put together a curriculum plan that's nice looking, who can put together marketing messages. Like, companies have all different types of departments that need certain types of skill sets. And if you're somebody who does what you already do, plus you got this bonus skill set, now you potentially can command more pay. Now you potentially can negotiate your salary. So think about that when I'm doing the Canva for Beginners class, and hopefully you guys will come out and do the Vision Bank party. So let me explain to you what I'm doing. I've already assembled the shadow box part, okay? I put the bank inside. I've assembled the vision bank, the core part of it. Here is the tape that goes on here, and I'm just going to flip it over. Now, what's really important, guys, y'all have to make sure that these pieces, if you order this from me, make sure these pieces are down, these little pieces, so that your frame does not come out. Okay, you want to make sure that they are pressed down. Be gentle though, because this is glass. Actually, this year I plan on changing from glass to plexiglass. I may have to make another bank. Hold on, y'all, because I ordered. I did. I may be replacing these, y'all. Not maybe, I will be replacing the glass. So I'm gonna do it right now. For a second there, I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to waste the frame, but I don't have to waste the frame. I only have to take the glass out. So I'm gonna take this glass out because if this bank falls over, and I'm clumsy, it absolutely could, the glass could break. And to avoid it breaking midway through the year on y'all, and you being tempted to spend the money now that you could access it, I am going to replace your glass with this plexiglass. And when you get it, it will still have this on here. But what you're going to do is you're going to peel this right on off. Okay? It's two-sided, so you got to make sure you peel both sides so it's nice and clear and clean. That way you don't have my fingerprints all over it. You're going to have your fingerprints on it, but you won't have mine. Okay? And then you're just going to put this right back in this open space. Okay, and then the same thing, you're gonna lay this down. Even though you don't have to worry about it breaking, you still want to lay it down because you don't want it to fall into the bank. Okay, now once you've done that, now you can flip it over and hold on real quick because my YouTubers are not seeing this way. And you're gonna set this right on top. Now I like to do it this way so I can see that it's aligning, because remember I told you guys it's got to line into the grooves. Okay, so I would like to make sure that I can see. I want to make sure that I'm getting the box right in the grooves. Check the other side to make sure that's on there. I like to make sure it's on the tape. And then you're just going to apply a little bit of pressure, but don't go crazy. I mean, it's not glass anymore, but apply some pressure so that box can stick to the tape. And then I'll show you what I mean. Like it's reinforced. I mean, it's going to be sticking on here, but if you want to add some extra reinforcement, what you can do is you can hot glue right in these grooves all the way around. Okay. You don't have to, but if you want some extra reinforcement, because like I said, as you get through the year and you're putting your change in here, this bank starts to get heavy and it puts, a lot of weight on the front of the frame. Ideally, if you're doing the penny challenge, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the penny challenge is free. I want to say the chart is on my website, but if it's not, it's definitely in my budgeting workbooks. The penny challenge, today is day 8 of the year. You would put 8 cents in. By the time you get to the end of the year, right, every day you're increasing the increment, you should have $667.95. Those of you guys who are working on building your month ahead fund and you're trying to figure out how you can do it when you're paycheck to paycheck and you never have anything left over, this is a very easy way to do it. But you can save any increment in here. This is your bank. So this is my 2025 Vision Bank. What do y'all think? Have you guys ever seen? Let me see. You see the little area where you put your coins? Now we on day 8, so I need to catch up. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what this would look like. So for those of you guys who have my money challenge workbook, inside of here are some money challenge activities, and one of them is the challenge I just told you about, the penny challenge. Okay, so let me flip to that page so you can see it. Now you could use this box for any of these challenges, but the challenge I was referring to is the penny challenge, where based on the day of the week, day of the year it is, that determines how much your deposit is, and you'll be able to see your total. So I'm starting on day 8, but had I started on day 1, I would have put 1 penny in. On day 2, I will put 2 pennies in. Here we are in day 8, so I need to drop 8 pennies in. But if I had been doing that every day up until today, I would have a total of 36 cents. You continue to increase your increment by a penny, and that's how you get to the 667 at the end of the year. Okay, So that's one way to do this challenge, but you don't have to do in pennies. Oh, well, first of all, before I even say that, I kind of like doing it in reverse, and here's why. At the beginning of the year is when everyone's motivated. New year, new me. I'm about to start saving, right? You're excited. You're done with Christmas shopping, so you don't got no future gifts that you got to spend. So you got more money. You're close to tax season, so you got more money. So it's a lot easier to do these higher dollar amounts in the beginning of the challenge. And then at the end of the year in December, when you got Thanksgiving and Christmas and, Black Friday shopping, where it's easier for you to still continue to do the challenge because your deposits are decreasing. So instead of starting with the penny, you will be starting with $3.65 on day one, and then going down $3.64 the next day. And then by the time you get to December in here, you're putting in change every day. So it's possible for you to stick to your plan of doing this challenge regardless of what's going on in your life. So I like doing this in reverse, but you can do it in any order. And what I suggest is just highlight them as you do them to keep up with where you are. But I gave you a couple different versions of the penny challenge inside of this money challenge workbook. And if you want to know where the workbook is, it is in my bio. You can go to youngrichrooted.com/books, youngrichrooted.com/books, just like the name is on the Vision Bank, youngrichrooted/books. And in here, this is what I call the reverse weekly penny challenge. So to do this challenge, again, you're still using the reverse logic that I just told you before, but instead of depositing daily, you're depositing weekly. So again, the highest amount starts at the beginning of the year, and the end of the year, it gets slower. So in week one, you're adding up the first 7 days, which would total $25.34. So here, we just finished week one. If you put in $25.34, you're caught up. Okay. Every single week, your deposit decreases, which means it gets easier for you. So you're still being consistent, but it gets easier, which reduces the amount of excuses you have to continue to do this. Okay. So week two, you will be depositing $24.85. By the time we get down to week 37, we depositing $7.70. I know y'all got that. You could do that in a week. You get down here to the end of the year, we depositing $3.29. We get here. And the last week of the year, you're depositing 35 cents, okay, coins. So this is the reverse weekly penny challenge. And then you can do it monthly. If you're like, that's still too many times, I just want to deposit once a month, you can do it monthly. This one is increasing. You could do it in reverse if you want to, but you would literally just start from the bottom dollar amount. And that means in January, if you were doing it the regular way, you would deposit $4.96, and that's enough for the whole month. February, you deposit $12.74, March, and so on. If you were doing this in reverse, then January, you would start with the December number, which is $108.50. So if you deposit that in there, you're good. The next month, you're going to decrease to $95.85. Okay. All versions of this, all three versions of this penny challenge will get you to the same total. It just depends on how you need to think about it. I believe that money should be flexible. There isn't any one right way to do things. So I try to create multiple ways that you will feel inspired by. But there are many other money challenges that are in this workbook, including the No Spend September challenge, which you could, of course, do any month. The Month Ahead Fund challenge, which I'm telling you right now, if you don't have nothing, if you don't know what you need to save for first, this is the one. You need to be a month ahead of your bills. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in my YouTube channel, I have a video on how the month ahead works. I've got this one is the paycheck to paycheck challenge. I'm not going to explain them all to you. I love this one. This is my favorite one. I always show this one. I go in here. This is the Say Yes to Travel challenge. How many of y'all want to say yes to travel? If you want to say yes to travel, tell me where you want to go in the comments. If you want to say yes to travel, tell me where you want to go in the comments. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate you. And thank you, VR. I appreciate you too. I saw you in here. I appreciate you. Where are you trying to go? You say on a cruise. Oh, that's a good one. You know what I love about a cruise? It's all inclusive. Okay. Once you budget it and you pay for your trip, if you don't need to buy a bunch of stuff off the ship, you're going to be doing pretty good sticking to your budget on a cruise ship. And you got lots of great food, lots of destinations. Me and my daughter went, I took her for her 16th birthday. And last May, we went to Turks and Caicos in the Bahamas. And we had a great time. And we made it our mission to try to figure out like how we can save as much money as possible. We took advantage of like cruise credits. They gave us like $200 a person to spend on the ship. Baby, we was using their money, okay? Booking excursions with their money. Anyway, the way this challenge works is for every $20 you save, you fill in a passport stamp, okay? So we wanted to make it feel like you're getting stamps, okay? So if you're doing $20 per stamp, you should have $1,000 saved by the time you fill up your passport book, which is plenty of money to go on a trip. Definitely enough to go on a cruise. You can go on a couple cruises, okay? And probably get a balcony room, at least one cruise with a balcony room, right? But if you don't want to do $20, right, because maybe that feels too overwhelming, you could do $10. It just means that when you fill this up, you will have saved $500. If you do $5, when you fill it up, you'll have saved $250. That might be appropriate if you're trying to do like a staycation. So what I like for you guys when you guys are doing this challenge is envision yourself going where you want to go. So if you know you want to go on a particular trip, you said you want to go on a cruise, write down the cruise line you're trying to go to, the destinations you want to go to, when you want to meet that goal by. So that way you still inspire. Every time you save, you're like, my ticket. This is your ticket right here. Okay. This is your visual reminder of why you're doing this savings challenge. Okay. For me, I'm flexible. Like I want to go for the best price possible anywhere. So I'm like to be determined. As long as it's under this dollar amount, listen, wherever I can book for that dollar amount, I'm golden. Okay. So this is just one of the many challenges that are in this money challenge workbook. If you want to get this workbook, again, it's on my website. The link is in my bio, www.youngrichrudy.com. But I really want you guys to attend the Vision Bank event. The Canva trainings are going to be completely free. The vision board event, where I'll walk you through how to strategically create a vision board that actually makes you progress, that's only $5. That's it. That's all it's going to be. That's all. That's all. DM me if you're interested so I can send you the link so you can get the private link to the Zoom. So that way you can join the event so that you're not just putting any old thing on here. My vision boards, I always accomplish a lot of things on my vision boards because it is very strategic in how I put it together. So I want to share my strategy with y'all. If that interests you, send me a DM or drop a comment below. I don't mind, you can comment. Well, I don't know if the comments show up in the live, so you might have to send me a DM. On Facebook, I know it shows up in the live. YouTube, it will show up in the live, but TikTok, I don't think it does. So you send me a DM. And then, of course, if you want the Money Challenge Workbook, which this is a wonderful companion for the Vision Bank, that's there too. Right now, my Financial Self-Care Bundle is also still on sale. And the bundle, you get the budgeting workbook. Look how thick this is. This is like 5 workbooks built in one. You get this. Plus you get this, plus you get this, plus you get this. You get all 4 of these for $99. Normally it's $140 for all of it. $99. That's in the bundle is on the same link, youngrichrudy.com/books. If you want to get the whole kit. But you can just get the Money Challenge Workbook if you want to just start there. That's up to you. That's it. All right. I've got to go. I got to pick my daughter up from work because, it's time for her to get off. But come back tomorrow. Let me know if this was helpful to you. And I'll see you then. Bye.